Do you feel like you're drowning? You feel like the weight of the world is on your shoulders? The pressure from people and parents overbearing? You're so young and yet you need to have everything figured out? Trust me, I've been there, I hear you, and I see you. Let's have a conversation. I mean, it's the age-old question since we were 5 years old and our kindergarten teacher or first grade teacher may have asked us, what do you want to do when you grow up? We said to ourselves, we want to be an astronaut, or I want to be a firefighter, I want to be a cop, I want to be a doctor, I want to be a paleontologist. Or maybe you just looked at your teacher and said, I want to be just like you. But how many of us actually said, I want to be a real estate agent, I want to work on Wall Street, be a stock investor, I want to be an entrepreneur making a coaching business, $50,000 a month or even six figures every single month? At that age, we weren't focused on what makes us money. We were focused on what makes us happy, what makes us joyful, or maybe the impact that we'll make on other people and ourselves. It's not about the money, it was about the joy. But then as we grew older, started asking ourselves, what should I do with my life? What am I supposed to accomplish? What should be my occupation? It moves us from this joy to focusing on what makes us more money. Or maybe instead of money, let me focus on what's more impactful to others. Or let me stop focusing on what others are doing and let me just focus on my own happiness. All valid questions. But what if the question about what we should do in our lives is the wrong focus? What if that framework of focusing so much on what you do is the wrong thing that our teachers and our parents pushed on us at a very young age? And so you're 5 years old, 6 years old, thinking about what you're supposed to do. And now you're 17, 18, 19, 30 years old, and you're obsessing over this one concept of what you're going to do, but you forgot about who you become. Pastor Grover told me, we are human beings, not human doings. And yet we focus so much on what we do and the accomplishments and accolades, the hobbies, the occupations that bring us this quote unquote joy. Yet we forget who we are. We forget who we become. Who you become is a lot more important than what you do, because who you are is the very thing that resonates and connects to everyone in this world. You weren't born in this world with people saying, he was born today at 9:53 a.m., 7 pounds, 4 ounces, future occupation counselor, baby named John Doe. You were born in this world as someone, not something. Listen, your very existence is what matters. That's the thing that's important. You weren't born making people happy by the things that you do. Your very existence is what made people joyful. And so why have we changed this framework years later and for your worth to be found in what you do? Can we be honest? Dreams sometimes can be crushed. And sometimes what we want to do doesn't always happen the way we perceived it. See, a lot of us may have had dreams about what we want to do, but it's possible gang violence may have pushed those dreams away. Some of us had visions about what we want to create, but your parents want to live vicariously through you and your vision was pushed to the side. Some of us, maybe you live in a small town and your last name already means failure because of who your parents or great-grandparents used to be. So as much as you want to chase your dreams, your worth is not found in what you do or the occupation that you choose, the hobbies that you end up doing or the sport that you end up playing. All of that is important. Don't get it twisted. I think we focus entirely too much on what we do and not who we become. You see, I'm telling you right now that there are a lot of people who do these great things, but they do it with the wrong intent, all for the wrong reasons. Motive matters. The heart of the matter matters. I mean, think introspectively. What motivates you to do what you do? And it's better to understand who you are at an early age because it helps you to align everything that you end up doing. I mean, think about it for a second. The truth of the matter is you could end up having a dream of what you're going to do for the rest of your life. And something can happen in your life and that thing can stop. It all comes to a crash. But who you become, that lasts for an eternity. I mean, people can forget what you do, but they'll never forget how you make them feel. Your character is what is developed inside of you, molded, built, the mental, moral qualities that make you, you. You may be asking yourself, well, how do I become a better person of character? How do I become who I'm supposed to be? And we're gonna touch on a few of those today in this video, but trust me, we're gonna focus a lot more on these throughout the next few videos that we have. So make sure to like, subscribe, stay updated to what we're doing. Click that notification bell so you know when the next video is gonna come out. But for today, 3 things. Number 1, learn to be humble. You don't have all the answers.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
I know I don't. And so as we realize we don't know it all, we aim to understand people, understand circumstances, and understand cultures. The book 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens says you have to first seek to understand, then to be understood. And so how do you understand? Read a book, volunteer at places that need support. And if you have funds, go travel to other countries or just travel in your own country and gain an understanding of life away from what you're only accustomed to. Number 2, another thing is live out your principles and values. It's one thing to say you believe in something, but it's another to show you believe. The thing that most people criticize in this world are those who tell others to live a certain way, but hypocrites and live the exact opposite of what they teach. Live by a proper standard, believe it, and move with confidence and positivity. And the third one, tackle life's obstacles. Life will knock you down. And trust me, life is not fair. But again, only you can control you and the path that you choose. I remember when my daughter died, I fell into depression. Suicidal thoughts plagued me. Drinking overcame me. But one of my favorite quotes in the world is, though you get knocked down 7 times, make sure to get up 8. I could have chosen a different path, but I chose to live. And I chose to be better. See, we all fall and we all get hurt, but how we rise determines how we build our character. We have to choose to get out that pit inch by inch, step by step. And that's why it's so important to build character. Because a person of character can walk into a position and give it their all, love the people they are serving, and be the best that they can be, not because of the accolades, but because it's important to do good for goodness sake. You see, a person of character can flip a burger with a smile or sell a multi-million-dollar house with a smile. A person of good character can say, I love you to someone experiencing homelessness, and I love you to the person that they're shaking hands with to build an empire. You see, a person of good character will help the server up, even if that person is worth $1 billion. A person of good character will aim to help the struggling youth, not just the ones that are easy to get along with. It means doing the right thing, even when no one sees you. Before we even focus on the question, what should I do in my life? We have to focus on who do we want to be. Rory Vaden, the New York Times bestselling author, said, before you have influence, you must first have character. Your influence will never grow wider than the character runs deep. I mean, that's deep. You see, someone of good character is going to be able to discern what they need to filter in and what they need to filter out. They'll stand courageously and fight for what is right. They'll be willing to stand alone even when everyone is doing wrong. It means being honest, even if it doesn't get you that high grade or that accolade at that moment. It means loving people despite what they do because you understand that only you can control you. It means finding ways to bring peace in the lives of others, especially in a world full of chaos. It means being gracious, merciful towards people who may not deserve it. It means controlling yourself even when your wildest thoughts come to your mind. And it means loving people in a world full of hate. Byron Apostle Fire once said that character is not something that you buy. It's not a commodity that can be bartered for. It's not a quality suited only for the rich and famous. Rather, character is built upon the foundational commitment of love, honesty, and compassion for others. What if, simply put, I told you, be who you feel the world needs right now? I mean, you could aim to be a doctor, that's great, but learn to care for people today. You want to be a lawyer? Stand up against injustice and stand up for people who need a voice. You want to be an entrepreneur? Love your creativity. Learn to be resilient. You want to be a teacher? Learn to instruct people with love. Whatever it is that you want to do it with great character and become that person today. At the end of the day, you can do anything. You put in that right work ethic, you learn what you need to learn, you connect with who you need to connect with, you can end up doing anything. But again, not everyone does everything the right way. I would suggest you look inside yourself. Because I'm telling you right now, before you do something, you are someone. You are a human being. And it's time to elevate.